Welcome to your Ethereum News Roundup. Here's your latest for Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. The Ethereum Foundation publishes its Treasury policy. Circle raises $1 billion from its IPO. Etherealize testifies in support of the Clarity Act. And 3chain raises a $5.2 million seed round. All this and more starts right now. The Ethereum Foundation published its Treasury policy, a document outlining its approach to asset management and long-term financial sustainability. The foundation currently allocates 15% of its total treasury to its 2025 annual operating expenses and maintains a 2.5-year spending expense buffer. The Ethereum Foundation plans to gradually reduce annual operating expenses from 15% to 5% over the next 5 years. The Ethereum Foundation's fiat assets are allocated across cash reserves, long-term obligations like treasuries, and tokenized real-world assets. Aligned with Ethereum's cypherpunk values, the EF says it supports permissionless DeFi protocols through strategic capital allocation. Overall, the Ethereum Foundation is evolving from being an ETH holder to active, values-driven treasury management. Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, launched its initial public offering of 34 million shares of Class A common stock at a price of $31 per share, raising a total of approximately $1.05 billion. The sale includes 14.8 million shares offered by Circle the company and 19.2 million shares by existing shareholders, representing about 15% of the company's 225 million total shares outstanding. Circle is now listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker CRCL. The IPO was led by JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs, with additional underwriters participating. The offering values the company at an estimated $7 billion. USDC is the second largest stablecoin with a $61 billion market cap. Etherealize co-founder and CEO Vivek Raman testified before a U.S. House Financial Services Committee hearing to advocate for clear, forward-looking regulation of digital assets. Raman argued that Ethereum exemplifies safe, inclusive, and innovative financial infrastructure. He endorsed the Clarity Act, which aims to provide a regulatory foundation to maintain U.S. leadership in the digital economy. The bill seeks to define investment contract assets, clarify the jurisdiction of the SEC and CFTC, and distinguish between decentralized blockchain infrastructure and applications built on top of them. And lastly, Ethereum-based credit protocol 3chain raised a $5.2 million seed round led by Paradigm. The funding will support the protocol's launch, targeted for Q3 2025. 3chain's phased rollout includes a credit model tuning using real-world data, support for USDC deposits in exchange for USD3 and SUSD3, issuing unsecured credit lines, and improving underwriting models based on repayment and default data. The protocol leverages both off-chain and on-chain credit data to offer trustless lines of credit based on user creditworthiness and future cash flows. It also incorporates mechanisms for legal recourse in case of default. In other news, Coinbase launches a wrapped version of Doge called CB Doge on Base, Consensus buys Ether, and Reth releases version 1.4.8 with a default 60 million gas limit. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.